Hi everyone, my name is Tine Slebe. I've been a professional windsurfer for 12 years. Was competing in freestyle at the beginning, then switched to slalom and then went to speed. And with all my experience, I was thinking a lot, what is windsurfing meaning for me? And windsurfing for me, it's meaning like recharge. Because the thing is that we are tired of the whole life and everything, but then we go on the water, we switch our brain off and we are recharging ourselves. And that's where I created my own brand, which is called Recharge. Today I'm going to present you our new product, which is the foil. After 1.5 years or almost 2 years of developing, we are proud to present the new completely made in Slovenia foil, completely made in Europe foil. And I'm also going to explain you how is the best way to put the foil together. Okay, so our foil is going to be delivered in this kind of bag with a little bit different color, but this is the bag for it. You can put it on the shoulder if you want to, or just have it in your bag. It's quite tiny and it's quite light. The foil itself with all the components is about 3.5 to 4 kilos. That's somewhere the weight of it, so which is quite light. So if we go with a start, I'm going to open up the bag. Inside you're gonna find the mast, which is the key part of the foil, which is the hardest part to do. Our mast is 96 centimeters long with a deep turtle box on top. All right, so then we have the back wing, the front wing, all the specifications you can see on our website, and then on the side we have the 1 meter fuselage in aluminium. So the front and the back wing and the mast are in carbon and the fuselage is in aluminium. So how are we going to put the best way to put the foil together? We were thinking a lot over it, and we think the best solution is to start with the back wing. So we just take the back wing with the set which you're gonna get. You also get all the screws. There is 3 different sizes of screws. The longest one go on the mast, the middle one go on the front wing, and the short one goes in the back. So I'm gonna take the short ones, 2 of them, and I'm gonna screw first in the short screws. I'm gonna take the tool that you're gonna get with the set, also made in Slovenia, by the way. It's from Unior, our partner in this kind of things. One thing very important on our foil, you do not have to over tight any screws, okay? So don't use the long thing, but just the short one. So tight it up a little bit, of course, but not over tight any screws on the foil. You don't need to tight it too much. I know quite some of you have heard that on the starboard the screws are unscrewing. On our foil, until now we didn't have this experience. So you don't need to tight more than just with the short part of the tool. Once the back wing is set on, we're gonna take the mast. Of course you're gonna see the back of the mast, which is more sharp. The big turtle, the deep turtle box is on the top. We take both feet on one side, on the other side of the fuselage, and we push in the mast. A little bit left and right, as you can see. So once you pressed in the mast, turn it upside down, use seal soft surface and push the mast in, because you're gonna have more leverage now to push it in. Then you take the special screws to put the sideways. Just slide it in and screw it on. Do not tight too much the stuff. It's very important to not tight the screw too much, okay? Alright, do not over tight. So don't use 2 tools on both sides and screw it hard, but just use 1 finger and tight it as long as it goes. Don't over tight it, please. So we take the other one and make it sideways, same thing again. Not over tightening, just tight that it doesn't fall out, because the vibrations will not over tight the whole thing. All right, once the side screws are in, we take the longest screws, the longest 2 screws, and we tie them from the top. Here it's very important to not over tie the screws, okay? You can tie them a little bit, but do not over tie them, because the side screws are the ones that are holding the fuselage to not go out. These are just the security ones, that if something happens to those ones, that these ones hold. All right, so do not over tie those screws. Tie them a little bit, but not over tie them. So just with the smaller tool on the top. Once this is done, we put the whole set of the foil into the board. Sometimes it's gonna go a little bit tight. Put your foot on the board gently, of course, don't push it too much, so that the board doesn't jump up and down, and go slowly forward and backward until the mast is fairly set in. When it's fairly set in, it's enough. Don't over push it, but you will feel when the front and the back of the throttle box gonna be put on the board, then it's good enough. Once this is done, we take the front wing. Why we put the back wing first? Because you can see the screws are upside down, so that's why it's easier to put the first part, the back wing. And then just finally, you put the front wing on the top. You take the 3 middle screws and put them in. Again, please do not over tight the screws. It's alright to tie them a bit, that they will not fall out. So use the tool always vertically to tighten it up a little bit, but do not over tight it again. So all the 3 screws go in, and the foil is ready to go. Just we need to turn the board upside down and use your normal fin screws to tighten the foil up, and then you're set to go to foil. Go recharging.